So we had David Tepper had texted into the show on Friday and suggested right now that you have to be in the market full on. And so the question is whether everybody jumps on the train, everybody gets in full on, and then the problem arises that you're talking about.
Most likely.
But then the question is when do you jump off the train?
But also the question is, what do you jump into when you jump off the train? And the issue is you can't jump into cash. Cash is trash. Okay, cash is that they're going to, because they're going to print money. What do? You get out. Okay, so cash is not going to.
So what do you do?
So what you have to do is you have to have a well-diversified portfolio. First of all, you have to be global, and you have to have balance. And I think, I don't want to grab. Well, the headline's going to be, again, anyway. I think that you have to have a certain amount of gold in your portfolio, or you have to have something that's hard. There are three monetary systems that happen. The first is, in the old days, it had intrinsic value. You'd carry around gold coin. Then we come up with the idea of banks or even central banks. And what they do is they create certificates, we call notes, that are claims on those things. And we print many more certificates than there is money in the bank. And then that's a linked system. And we did that, and we broke that in 1971. Then you have a fiat monetary system, which means that you can print whatever amount of money you want, and you can put that, and that's what governments do. So we're in that part of the cycle, bigger picture, so that when you think about things, the depreciation of the exchange rate and the printing of money, I think over the next few years is going to be the biggest.
If you want to buy gold, you buy Bitcoin?
No, there are two purposes of money: a medium of exchange and a storehold of wealth. And Bitcoin is not effective in either of those cases now.
Store of wealth?
No, because first
potentially.
Of all, it's too volatile. Because of the volatility, you can't go next to it. Someday when I would say Libra or something which has more stable value has got more potential. But also, who's going to do the buying? Central bankers and others. What are they going to hold as reserves? What has been tried and true? Are they going to hold digital Bitcoin? They're going to hold gold. That is a reserve currency, and it's been a reserve currency for 1,000 years.
Before we continue, help us by smashing that YouTube like button and subscribe now to this channel. This shows the algorithm that you value the information, and it helps us spread this message. Sharing is caring. Please like and subscribe now. Thank you. And now, let's continue.
I know this is going to be the headline of gold. I want to emphasize a bit of gold is a diversifier, okay? And that's the advice I can give. I know I'm going to come out of here like Ray Dalio's wild on gold, and that's not exactly.
I'm going to say cash is trash is your headline.
But cash is trash.
But Ray, you would have thought after all the years of zero interest rates in QE 1, 2, 3, and 4, you could have been making this case that entire time of what you were just making. Maybe there was so much of a lack of demand in the private sector following the financial crisis that it was able to absorb all of that. But coming to us now with that, it almost, at the risk of sounding like the boy who cried wolf too many times, I'm not saying you did, but we all were, the death of the bond vigilante, it's been well documented for the past 10 years. Now you're saying is the time to work.
I think it's totally different. Well, I would say when we are dealing with the negative interest rates,
which we've had for years and years already.
Well, no, we know how long it's been. Okay, and you take each country, and you take where we were in December toward the tightening, then you create an easing. We are now coming to a direction. And so the question for any of us is not whether it's early or not. The question for any of us is when you're holding all of those bonds and you have a negative interest rate or something, and how far more can you push that? What does the next 5 years look like? And the next 5 years is going to be something like that, plus there'll be more deficits. Now, more deficits means sell more bonds. Who are you going to sell the bonds
Why
to?
should I believe we're going to negative interest rates in the United States?
Well, I think that, and I'm not saying now, I'm saying that, okay, if you have a next downturn, okay, it's on average 500 basis points of rate cuts. Oh, then you can't do that. You go to QE, right?
Right.
And
we're having trouble normalizing.
Stimulant.
Right.
We don't have much stimulant. We have people at each other's throats over the wealth gap. And so, what will the next downturn be? And also, why would you want to hold those? Why do you want to hold those at some point? I don't know. I could be wrong. I've been wrong plenty in my life. So I could be wrong. I'm just trying to describe, like, tell me why that makes sense.
What to do in such a situation? Inform yourself and keep your financial education strong. We from the Compact Group offer our loyal subscribers a free educational portal with first-hand monetary, financial, and economic knowledge. Enter our invite-only Insider Club by clicking the link below. You will get access to first-class information far earlier than the rest. We have prepared a special deal for all our members where you can access a giant pool of Robert Kiyosaki's financial wisdom for just $1. To find out more, simply click the link below and join our Insider Club absolutely free. But there is more you can and should do. Build up several streams of income. More and more people realize that they have to take their future in their own hands, but they don't know how and where to start. We from Compact offer our Insider Club members unique opportunities. Strengthen your financial muscle and get the edge. Click the link below. Become part of our free Insider Club. No financial obligations. But there's one important thing you have to know. You have to become active. So do it now. Become active and see you on the other side.